And then they finally came back once they had moved to South Korea because of the pandemic. They played 2 games and they absolutely bombed during those 2 games. It was not good,
It
not
was a
good at all.
slap.
Yeah, and then some point after that, once they had lost to the Chengdu Hunters and the Guangzhou Charge, now at some point after that, the rumors started flying because the players on the Vancouver Titans started removing the association to the Vancouver Titans team from their social media platforms. What has happened today is that we found out that both Jonu and Paijon, according to the Vancouver Titans organization, have mutually parted ways. Okay, so this is word for word what Titan Samantha said in the Vancouver Titans Discord today. Says, "Hi everyone. I know this is a rough time for the community, and while the content team can't get all the answers for you, rest assured we have forwarded your concerns to management. What we did get from them is that there are no more announcements coming along today. I know this wasn't what people wanted to hear, but we are in a complicated situation and are doing our collective best to keep you informed. In the next while, we will be doing our best to keep you informed and give you up-to-date announcements." So whether or not this isn't there are no more announcements, that could just be we're reading too much into this, and then it could say we have no more announcements today because they were returning from South Korea. They said, with the release of the latest scheduled matchups, the Vancouver Titans will be returning to compete in the Pacific Division of the Overwatch League.
There was one that made a Discord post saying the players are all getting paid
Yes.
as per their contract.
Well,
The
yeah.
Titans will be playing again soon. And it's like, so you're just
Why
that's
did you
the
have to
reassurance?
clarify that? Yeah, so that post there says the players are all getting paid as per their contracts. The Titans
Yes.
will be playing again soon, and the organization is committed to the long-term success of the team.
It's just a very odd reassurance.
They've like the Vancouver Titans messaging has been really weird the last 2 weeks. One of the most interesting things that I ever learned about the Overwatch League contracts is that the players, as far as I'm aware, and this is not firsthand knowledge, but players can get paid 50% of their salary for sitting on the bench, so they can voluntarily bench themselves.
Who knows?
And I bring up this fact about the 50% salary thing because it can be used as a form of protest, and which is kind of as close to what I would judge this whole situation to be. But so they're going to need an explanation, and I think they deserve it. I absolutely think that you can't do this to a team and then just kind of expect to still have fans. You know, there is a little bit of social capital that's being burnt here, and by a little, I mean they're shoveling it in.
Bad all around. And
okay, so
you're now missing
let's
key
stop
components.
doing the doom and gloom here. What is the best case scenario for the Vancouver Titans?
Best case scenario, those are the only two departures. Really.
Yeah, okay, so who do they pick up? Like, best case scenario, who starts playing the off tank other than Rouge Kong?
There's Korean contenders tanks. There are potentially tanks that they could potentially. I mean, Fury sitting on the Fusion bench.
Yeah, true.
Fury is available technically. Like, he hasn't been playing full time. You know, there are options for them to sort of go around and look at. But it's like, the thing is that you replacing Jonu.
Really high awareness, just a really, really good team player tank. So even if you take Jonu out of that and you put in another tank that's known for kind of like these individual pop-offs or these aggression or something like that, you're taking away the resources that Jonu was giving everybody else and putting it on this new tank that's going to need support instead of giving support. Like, Jonu was an extremely supportive off tank. I remember analyzing him when I was actually doing direct work for the Dallas Fuel, and was very, very shocked at all of like the little things that went into Johnny's play, helping everybody out, even though, you know, his bombs, great work, and his ultimate eats, great work, and it's one of the things that got him like really well known. But it wasn't for the ability to like really get in people's faces, win duels, get individual kills in the mech, and things like that. So even trying to replace Jonu as a playstyle would change the Vancouver Titans as a whole, and I'm not sure it would be for the better.
I've never heard anyone come out and say, yeah, I think Pagion's bad. He's had success with all the teams he's been with so far. You know, the major ones, the Fusion University, now Titans, excluding this year a bit, but I think this year is an anomaly. And this is clearly someone that directed your team and probably put direction in your team. So it seems weird to also be missing that. Like, those are big gaps to patch midseason.
You know, Fefe, who just left from the Toronto Defiant. If you take a coach like Fefe and tried to put them into the Vancouver Titans role in order to replace him, it's again just like that Jonu situation. Like, the people who were working with the Vancouver Titans in order to make the Vancouver Titans successful, these are not people that are easily replaced. Do you either build something from scratch or pick up a pre-existing roster?
But then why would they mutually agree, Jayne, right? I think that's the weird thing.
Okay, like let's get into that.
Why would they mutually agree to just
why would you mutually agree to release Jonu? Like, Why would
And
you
if
do
they
that?
release, and if any more players get released and there are mutual agreements, then this is an entire team of players that arguably all the rumors pointed towards a pretty big buyout when Titans
Yeah.
initially acquired Runaway. But then the players aren't even getting any of their money because they're just agreeing to walk away from it. They're just
Yeah.
saying, no, we don't need the money. So like,
You're just like we've spent so much money. I don't even remember what the rumored amount was when they first purchased Runaway, but we assume that the phrase "mutually agreed" means that he's been released from his contract. And on his Twitter bio, which is the greatest source for journalistic sources, he says that he's a free agent. So no buyout, no, like, nobody's bought his contract. The contract has just been broken, and now he's a free agent, can go with any other team.
and Pagion's much the same.
Yeah, and Pagion's much the same. He's already kind of put it out that he's ready to help other teams win.